Welcome back everyone to another Ready in Minutes workout. Today's sequence is all about tightening up your swing. Very often you'll hear kettlebell instructors talk about this or taming the arc. This has everything to do with making sure that your movements are primed and there's nothing excessive or movement wasted. So with that said, let's dive in. All right, so there it is. We have 5 different moves to clean things up. We have a pendulum swing, we have a dead stop swing, we have a gunslinger swing with a hold, we have a clean and squat, and then we have a dead half snatch. Let's break them down one at a time. So the pendulum is really about fine-tuning your height going into the swing. When you do it, you want to control your body with the momentum of the swing. So if you'll see, I'm leaning back just a little bit as the bell is traveling out in front of me. Developing a good give and take rhythm with the kettlebell is key to coming out of the gate with a very strong first swing. Let me show you how this goes wrong. Very often somebody will set up for their swing, something will be off, they'll hike back, and their first swing will be kind of janky and off the way this is. If you saw, I wasn't totally upright in my swing, and that definitely carries through to my lower back. If you have a good priming of your hike, that'll never happen. Now the progression of this is the dead stop swing, which is great for practicing your hike and your landing. Every single rep, you're gonna throw it back once, go to the top of your swing, drop to the bottom of your hinge, and then land it back on the ground. This is more about practicing your takeoff and your landing and making sure as you do both, you never load up your lower back. Next is the gunslinger swing. Now, this exercise is great for taming the arc on the clean, because all too often what people will do in their clean is arc way out and land hard like that. This teaches you to pull, catch close to you so that you get the feeling of keeping it close to your body, and then eventually you progress from this to that. For the next exercise, which is the clean and the squat, if you're not totally comfortable doing the clean because of the reason I just mentioned, you can transition it onto your forearm after each rep with the gunslinger swing. Let me show you what I mean. You're gonna sit back, hike, and then just flip it onto your forearm and do your squat. And then at the very least, after every squat, practice dropping into your hinge and bringing it back here. For the dead half snatch, the same concept applies about taming the arc. We're gonna have the belt a little bit out in front of us. We're gonna hinge on over and we're gonna pull up straight to overhead. We're not gonna snatch down, we're gonna bring it to the rack and then clean it down to the ground. Along the same lines of everything we're doing today, all too often when starting out with the snatch, people tend to do this. It goes out, and it lands hard over here. You can see how much energy and movement is wasted. What we eventually want to work our way towards is a very clean arc. Now, the dead half snatch sends you up in a straight line, guides you down, and then has a very short arc back down to the ground. This is great for training you up to being able to do a full snatch. All right, that's everything. Now, let's do every exercise for 5 reps each, 2 times to each side. Let's go. All right, let's start with our pendulum, 1 foot's distance from the bell. Set up our hike back, and then just control that rocking motion. 3, 4, 5, and then land it. Now, set up again for our hike, and we're gonna do a dead stop swing for 5. All right, now let's set up for our gunslinger and our hold. 1, 2, 3. For this exercise, think about rowing at the top. Down. All right, now clean and squat, 2 movements in 1. 3. Down. All right, and lastly, we have our dead half snatch. So just beyond our toe, set up, grab the bell, and up, down to the rack, and down to the ground. Here we go again, up, to the rack, to the ground. 3, 4, and 5. All right, that's one side down. Let's get to the other side. Start with our pendulum. All right, followed by our dead stop swing. All right, our gunslinger hold. All right, shake it off, clean and squat. Down to the ground. All right, shake it off. Dead half snatch. Back to the rack, down to the ground. All right, that's right side and left side. Round 1 done. Let's get after round 2. All right, on to round 2. Let's start with our pendulum. So set up our hike and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down to the ground. Shake it off. Next up is our dead stop swing. Set up our hike, hike back, swing, back, down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Down. Shake it off quickly. Next up is our gunslinger swing and hold. So, hike it back, hold. And again, think of this like a ballistic row. And 5. Down to the ground, shake it off. Next up is clean and squat. Set up, hike, clean. And 5. Down to the ground. All right, next up is the dead half snatch. So set up at the end of your toes or in line with the end of your toes. Right about there. Hinge on over, grab the bell, and up we go. 1. 5. Down. All right, that's the first side down. On to the next side. All right, let's start with our pendulum. 3, 4, 5. Down. Shake it off. Next up is the dead stop swing. All right, shake it off. Next up, gunslinger swing and hold. Here we go. And down. All right, shake it off. Next up, clean and squat. And 5. Down to the ground. Set up at the end of your feet. And hinge on over. Grab the bell and 1. All right, and that's it. So guys, even though today is pretty much about technique refinement, it'll definitely get your cardio going, and it's amazing practice. So whether you're short on time and want to get a little mini workout in, want to refine your technique, or even use this as a cardio finisher at the end of your workout, it's fantastic for all 3. Try it out, let me know what you think, let me know if you have any problems with it, and I hope you have fun with it. I'll see you guys real soon on the next one. Stay strong. All right, so there it is. 5 different moves to clean things up. We have a pendulum swing, a dead stop swing, a catch your breath swing,